first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Let's start. Simple तरीके से start करते हैं. I want you yourself to introduce yourself. Like, how you actually want people to know you.
Well, hi, I'm Rohit Bhatnagar, and I am Jack of all trades, master of none. Still figuring it out that what I have to do. But yeah, I've been in the film industry for over like 10 years now. So probably I've done a couple of work. I mean, I'll definitely share, in this
Right.
conversation. So yeah.
How has it been, Rohit? I mean, how many years it has been?
So it's been a long journey, not the tiring one, but I really enjoyed the journey because I always wanted to join films in any capacity. I have been very inclined towards acting as well. In
Wow.
fact, when I was in college, I was the in charge of my drama society. I did so well in the in my theater society and all that stuff. I've done a lot of plays in Delhi, in fact. As an actor. So that thing is there. That thing was there since the childhood.
Right.
And then I had a very strong inclination towards biology. And I wanted to become a doctor at one point of time in my life.
Touche. Even I was like a science bio student. I gave my entrance exam,
Yes. So I did. In fact, I studied for an year, and then I decided. Then nothing. I have to study for like so many years. I have to do your internship in some village, and it's gonna be like a tough ride. Not because of that also, but my like deep down my heart, I wanted to come to Bombay someday, and I was very fascinated with the kind of films, the culture, the work people do here. I really wanted to join the industry. So then I told my parents, and they were pretty cool about it, and they were like, okay, cool, then why you wasted 1 year after 12th? I said I was still figuring it out. So I was in a very Ranveer Kapoor tamasha mode that time. And but
it's very important, right? Getting that kind of support from parents, especially.
Oh, they have been immensely supportive. They have in fact pushed me to do a lot of things. In fact, I was the one who didn't tell them about NSD or FTI at that time. If maybe I would have expressed my interest, they would have sent me there, and they are very proud of whatever I've done a little bit in the industry over this decade. So then obviously I was in Delhi with my family, and then I thought, okay, let's give it a try. So I quit medicine overnight, and I said, okay, this is not me. Films, it runs in my blood, and I breathe films, and I'm a movie buff and all that stuff. So then I joined mass communication and journalism because that was the closest I could do that time. And you know what? Surprisingly, 2006. That time it was just starting. It was like a booming industry that time, and nobody had actually clue about it, that what to do, where to go, how to go about it, what is the syllabus. And people had a lot of stupid notions that a film ki kya padhai hoti. Film doesn't have studies.
Right.
Either you are an actor, so tum theater karte ho, and then that struggler wala tag is all over your life.
True.
Unless you become, especially for the outside. Or you also, in fact. So then I said, okay, cool. Then I was cool with it, and I saw the syllabus. I did a lot of research. I joined the college. Then I had a great time in my grads, and I learned almost everything, from PR to event management to anchoring to radio to advertising. So it was a great time for me. And then towards nearing the last year, I realized that what I want to basically do. So I still love camera, and I love camera. I'm a very camera friendly person and always wanted to be in front of the camera. So I said, okay, let's give it a shot to be an anchor. And I started brushing my skills. And in the meantime, Radio City came to my college, and they gave me a voice test. And luckily, I passed it. And I started off my career as a RJ, by the way. So I was with Radio City for 6 months, and it was a training program that time, and I was a segment jock. I used to come between the main RJ.
Right, right. Yeah.
So it was very exciting for me, but still that camera rush was, running within me. And I said, oh yeah, nobody can see me. I'm sure. And then plus I was not a very voice person. I'm a very camera friendly person. So then I quit, and then by the time I finished my graduation as well, then obviously I had to come to Bombay, and then I told my parents. They said, okay, go and hunt for a college. What do you want to do? I said, I want to study films. Basically, I really want to study films. And by the time something happened that FTII ka exam already ho chuka tha, so I couldn't fill the form that year. Something happened that I couldn't fill the form and appear for the exam. Though I got through Xavier's, I was in top 60 students from all over India on their online exam.
Damn.
So it was a great achievement for me because it was really tough. Now I don't know what are the standards, but that time I was very happy because it was a tough task to crack it. Anyway, I got through. And then I did my specialization in films, art and culture, which I always wanted to do. I did a lot of thesis. I researched on Guru Dutt films. I made my short films. I was awarded in a lot of film festivals during that time. So yeah, then I came to Bombay, and then I got a job in B4U. That was the first television job here, and I was an anchor producer for them. That time,
that was kind of your first introduction to actual Bollywood, what's there in Mumbai, what people say it is. Yeah.
Because in Delhi Radio City, we were a little far from what we do here.
Exactly.
And the media is also very different in Bombay and Delhi, because I've worked in both the industries. So I can say people here in Bombay are more professional,
Right.
They are in and out, they know a lot of things. So I wanted to be part of this industry rather than being there, because my options are always open to go back and work there. But, I know that tough life out here, and we have been surviving, of course. But so it was a good deal, was a win-win situation. And B4U actually gave me the boost. But, unfortunately, I also felt that it was dying. That channel was in a fading state that time because MTV took over. So I had very less to learn out there, as a producer, because I used to be on field in PCR and writing scripts for that time Keith Sequeira, the famous actor.
Actor. Yes.
But he used to host shows before he joined Zoom.
Right.
And then I used to look at him and I was like, wow, man, like look at him. I want to be there, But again, I'm like I repeat myself because I had limited resources that time, and it became a complete programming channel. So then I had no option just to stick there until I get something new. So anchoring opportunity, I never got there as such. I was obviously I did camera interviews and all. Then I moved to Red Chillies. I got an opportunity.
Shah Rukh Khan, right?
Honestly, I've seen him only once.
No, but if we actually talk about like this Red Chillies, see, when you entered Mumbai, right, for a job, for your dream, going into one channel and then sticking there, doing producing, and then suddenly you get a job at Red Chillies. What's like your first thought that you get over there? Like if I would have been, I'd be like, Shah Rukh Khan se milungi main jaate hi sabse pehle.
Honestly, you know what? That too, obviously, I mean, I've grown up watching his films. Everybody has loved his performances. I used to play basketball. I actually learned basketball because of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, by the way. So we used to dribble in the school, and I was the Shah Rukh Khan, and my friends were like Rani, Kala. We were like mad group. So we were like movie. And everybody wanted to join film industry that time. But, I actually came to Bombay and I did it. So people are my friends around me. They always say till date. In fact, we have a lot of WhatsApp group. They say you are living your dream. So I, in a way, say yes because, in a way, I am right. So yeah, but I got an opportunity to work with Samar Khan, director who directed 1971. He was my producer of the show, and we did 2 shows for. If you remember this channel called UTV Stars before it turned to Disney.
Yes.
Yeah. So I did 2 shows for them. Red Chillies were the production house, basically. So we did 2 shows, Live My Life. And it was like a day with stars, And I got an opportunity to work with Preeti Zinta on a show called, she was host of the show, Up Close and Personal with PZ.
Oh, I remember that show.
Yeah. So it was like a chat show. It was like a. So I was in charge of the floor. I was managing the floor that time. So guests will come from that side. Preeti's script is in place. Prompter is ready. Everything. I was like in charge of that. I was like running here and there with walkie talkies. It was a good experience, and I got a lot of scold from Preeti also. I clearly remember, but it's okay. I was in the learning phase. So, but I had a great time. But then it was a contractual thing. So I just did 2 shows for them. Then I got through CNN IBN. And I got to work with Rajiv Masan sir on the show now showing, which is still alive, running happily with high TRPs on News 18 now. So yeah, I used to look after the scripts, and that's when I started going on field. You know, that's when I realized, there's this life beyond reporting. This is how you basically go in a hotel room. You enter, and then Deepika is sitting waiting for you. So that was basically my onward journey. As
Right.
a correspondent. To be honest, yeah, CNN IBN was the stepping stone
How
in
different was this
my
shift for
career.
you? How different was this shift for you? Like, because till now you were working on the sets and with the actors on the sets because they were already there. There was an entire
Hmm.
script and the production, over set.
Correct.
And then you're suddenly moving into reporting. You
Right.
are seeing this completely different side where you have to set up interviews, you have to chase celebrities, you have to get those stories, you have to be on your toes. How was that shift for you?
So you know what? I still I still feel happy about it that I moved there, because that's where I thought, okay, this is where my actual interests lie. Because I get to come on screen. Somehow I was not I didn't have a show of my own, but somehow I used to get to do TV interviews and all that stuff, and then stars also get pally to me, and they started knowing me. And that time, Tarushi, the industry was very different. I'm talking
Exactly.
about 2000, 9 years ago.
Right.
The industry had some different kind of charm, and also I feel that the sensibilities of journalists, were very different. We were all very educated.
Right.
We came from some different, certain background with proper skills and set of skills, and they know what they're doing, right? Which I don't see in
Right.
today's
Like you
on field.
studied the subject, you studied what needs to be
Exactly.
done, you had that
Yeah,
proper research work done.
right. Also, I feel for anything, for an actor also, it is very important to have a formal training, because you know uh, it's very important. So when you go on field, you learn there. you know
Right.
Plus you have that, you carry your experience behind. So I think that is a very deadly combination, which I don't see in today's time. People are just coming out of the college, they are not even interning or training, they're just on field.
Right.
And they come, I don't know. And social media has completely killed it. We'll come to it definitely. But yeah, I mean, I felt really good because I was very clear that what I'm doing that time. And
Right.
slowly, I started coming on television, and then I got an opportunity to be the full-time host for E24. And I mean, the main anchor was in Delhi, of course, but I used to host the segment part in Bombay. And then I had chunks in the particular show. And I had great time. I worked there for a year and a half. And yeah, so I became an anchor. So that was my high, that time.
That kind of the time that you're talking about, it's 8 years, 9 years back, when there was like a very small group of journalists that was there. Everyone knew everyone, everyone kind of respected each other boundaries. They knew that, okay, if this person is chasing this kind of a news, let's just hold on to it, let this person do it, let that person do it. How has that changed over the years? Have you seen that kind of a difference, like a way lot difference now? The one that you're talking about, like now kids are right out of college, they're not even interning, they're just directly coming on the field. And on the other hand, like you have done so much.
Right. So, what, having said that, extend my answer from the last answer itself. I think, when I came on the field, when I came, in fact, and before you, I had that zeal in me to learn. I was fascinated with the sets. I was fascinated with the kind of work is happening around me. I see people. You get even see Happy, a carpenter, working on a set. I'm still getting goosebumps while I'm talking to
Right.
you, because that to be on the set is a different kind of high. So I was prepared when I went there, when I went inside Film City, Filmistan, Kamalistan. I knew that this is where my career is going to be. I don't see much people towards chasing their dreams right now. They're just doing it for the heck of it because everybody's doing it.
Also,
Now
it's like
everybody's saying,
Bollywood. That's why they just want to be a
yeah,
part
I
of
mean,
it.
see, yeah, just be a part of it. It's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
just think that without knowing the consequences and without feeling that it's not bed of roses. It's not only the bed of roses. You
Right.
will also get thorns. Sometimes I had lot of tiff with lot of celebrities. I won't name them, but I have got into ugly spats. And sometimes you are at fault, sometimes you're not, but you're doing your job ultimately. Correct. So I don't see, I see lack of enthusiasm first in
Right.
today's time. I don't see anybody chasing their dream. I think very few people are there. I don't see anyone right now who wanted to be a journalist. you know
Yeah.
people will say, अरे MBA में admission नहीं मिला तो हम यहाँ आ गए, या हमें अरे I was doing BBA, so I thought, oh my god, films and all, so let's do mass comm में post graduation. you know so 99% of people are like this today. Only 1% of people are left who are still there to
Right.
do something
Right.
in
Right.
films, and so to say. So there's a lot of difference, I think, in terms of the thought process also. They come very different school of thought. We came from a very different school of thought, that we have to make a career. This is what we are. This is like Arya Par. I mean, karo ya maro, do or die. That's all. हमें
Right.
इसके आगे और कुछ,
Right.
there's no option for us. So like that, yeah.
And what about like the perception of your friends, your family, people people who are not from Mumbai, not from Bombay, they don't know what exactly is a journalist life, okay? For them, correct me if I'm wrong, like anyone who stays out of the city, they think a journalist career is a glam life. They get up every morning, they just go and sit and sip a tea with some celebrity. In the evening, they go for these dinners and parties with celebrities, and they have these parties. I mean, this is what people think, they think like 24/7, 7 days a week, they're just all, glammed up and ready to go out there and party. This is what people think is journalism in Mumbai. The people who stay outside. Is that right? Does that happen to you?
It's
People ask you.
Oh yes. So in my, I'll tell you. So my father was in a government, state government. So now he's retired. So I happen to stay in a lot of states. So I had different set of people who are my friends. I have changed a lot of schools. So I have a lot of friends across India. Correct. And you know, not literally one of them are in film industry except me. I'm the only one. Wherever you see, I'm the only one. In my family also, they're doctors, engineers, they are in Indian army, they are dentists, they're
Right.
abroad doing some other things. But I'm the only one who's there and doing pretty well, for me. So people actually, I get a lot of love. you know my friends and family, they look up to me at times, and they're very very happy for me, and they see my pictures with all these celebrities, and that's a definite that they'll call me and they'll say, oh my god, you met Priyanka Chopra, oh my god, how is she, this, that. So see, they come from a different school of thought. They are definitely
Right.
fascinated by my pictures, but also spending so many years in the industry, I keep giving them reality check ki boss, this is just one aspect of it. Priyanka Chopra is not my buddy.
Right.
She's just an
Exactly.
acquaintance with me. I'm doing my job there. She's like, acha, so she also eats whatever we eat. I said, yeah. I mean, such kind of questions pop up. you know
Right.
अच्छा तो वो कॉफी पीती है, अच्छा तो वो ऐसे स्माइल करती है, अच्छा she looks the way same in the films. So I keep getting all these stupid random questions from all my friends and family, but they are also in a way sweet because they respect my job, and
Right.
they love what I do. And they also, in fact, they praise me, and they realize that, dude, it's not easy to be there.
Right.
Person surviving in Bombay for a decade in this, in this ruthless industry. I'm not saying people are bad out here, but yeah, I mean, the industry is not bed of roses again,
It's
I would say.
cutthroat.
I mean, so
That's for sure. Yeah.
it's not true. There's a lot of competition, and thanks to there's so much of gratitude I have towards people who actually helped me in being. I mean, where I am right now, because I feel today, I think nobody can become Shah Rukh Khan today in today's time.
Right.
Everybody is doing almost everything now. They kind of fascinate, obviously, my lifestyle. But I keep telling you, boss, this is not the reality. This is just one aspect of it. Yes, we get to do a lot of dinners and parties who are close to me. I mean,
Right.
I won't deny also. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's not something. It comes with a lot of baggage also, I feel.
Right.
Some, yeah, you do your job, you do your networking. So networking and socializing is a part of what we do.
Sometimes do you feel that, the kind of hard work that you put in with your job that comes with your job, it gets a little sidelined because it's a glamorous industry. People think that अरे Bollywood ही तो है, news ही तो है, उसमें तुम्हें कौन सी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है? Does that happen often?
Yes, it's a good question. Thanks for asking. I feel, you know, to begin with, I think we are very underpaid. We are living in a very underpaid sector. To be honest, because people think, oh my God, you work in glamorous industry, and oh, so then you must be having a car and a house of your own in Bombay. Oh my God,
Exactly.
yeah, you're filthy rich. So I mean, I only say one thing. I said, I'm happy what I'm doing right now, and I have made my own space. That's all. I have a lot of gratitude towards God, my family, my friends have been supportive. But the kind of lifestyle I'm living, I'm very happy with it. Obviously, everybody grows in life. You even can't complain. But
Right.
yes, we are very unpaid sector. We put in a lot of hard work, but people have a different bubble altogether. When I started working, people say, "अरे तुम्हें करना ही क्या होता है? तुम तो hotels में जाते हो. You just eat good food in Marriott and meet Hrithik Roshan, sit with him, chill with him, come back. What hard work you
Yeah.
put in,
They don't know
right?
that there's like a waiting time of 10 hours when you have to interview these
10
celebrities.
hours, and plus the research goes into
Exactly.
are you cannot go blank. That's what I'm saying. Our generation used to do the proper research and everything. They used to wait for our turns. No matter you had a one-on-one interview also, but you had to wait. Waiting is, you're bound to wait. You cannot do much about it, and you cannot fight with it. You have to wait for your turn. Plus, and after coming to the newsroom, you have to do so much work. You have to write. When I used to review films, I was a film critic with Deccan Chronicle, and sometimes see, reviewing a film is a responsibility. You
Right.
cannot just you can just not take lightly. So people used to call me, "Are तुमने देख ली? सोनू की टीटू release से पहले ही देख ली." They're so happy about it that I get to see all the films before. But I need to tell them. I used to tell them, dude, yeah, that's a press screening, but there's so much work I have to do. I have to file a review, and I have to send it to my team to upload it. So you have to be on time. You cannot faff around. My
Right.
editor
Right.
is sitting with to whack me. So you have to write. So no matter what time you're coming back, or you're going out for drinks or dinner, or you're chilling, you have to come back and write a review. So it's kind of a work. It's behind your
Right.
mind. You have to come back and have. I clearly remember I used to, no matter how late, I've been awake till 4 5 a.m. and I've finished my reviews. So this is the kind of hard work we guys put up, and writing is, it's like holy. You cannot compromise with it.
Right.
Writing is difficult. So people just clearly open the app or read a newspaper and say, "अरे तो ठीक है, लिख दिया होगा." लिखना ही क्या होता है तुम लोगों को? So I think audiences also are changing now. I think the perception is also changing with the kind of social media emergence is happening. So I think pretty much everything has become one liner, one tweet and your story is over. Correct.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And do you
Yeah.
think that, because I personally feel that a couple of years back, there was a different level of respect level for journalists, among the common masses and as well as the celebrities also. They had a different perception for journalists. There was a time which, from the stories that I have heard from senior journalists, like they used to tell me, there was a time when we used to go on set, whatever the artist was doing, he used to get up and come and meet us because we were journalists. They were like, कि कुछ गलत छाप देंगे, हमारा career is over. But now, on the contrary, it's completely different. You go to the set, if the artist is busy, of course he's busy, you have to like wait. That's why that kind of weightage the veteran journalists still have. If they are in the
Right.
room, a celebrity will come down, they will talk to the journalist, and then they'll continue that work. So that kind of respect level have
Right.
shifted. Why do you think that has happened?
When I was active, I'm talking about 2014, 13 to 18 probably. These five years I was highly active, as a journalist. And uh, I felt, that time, you know uh, the film world is going towards a lot of controversial nature, you know and because of which the journalists have, you know uh, attained that very intrusive behavior. They it's very, the kind of questions they ask, the kind of, so obviously invading into someone's privacy is not journalism.
Right, right.
Technically technically because you're not changing the society, you're just doing gossip. Correct. But
I agree.
yeah, but emergence of media, especially in the entertainment beat, has shaped up like that it has become journalism. you know when I started, there is a certain set of respect with which I used to ask questions. you know there is a line, I need to draw a line. I used
Right,
to
right.
keep that factor in the mind that she or he is a human being, and then an actor or actress, you know basically. Correct. So the kind of questions our generation used to ask had a lot of respect. There is a way to crack a gossip. You definitely invade the privacy, I feel, but I know you are doing your job and you have to do it because you are also answerable to your senior editors, right? But there's a way to ask. There is a certain you need to channelize and frame the question in a very polite and a nice manner.
Right.
I have done a lot of gossips all my year, and I'm a very, very gossip lover kind of a person, But still, I would say nobody will give you authority, or nobody has given you right to, invade the privacy in a bad or a bad humor, or what do you say, very unhealthy way. So now the scenario has changed completely. The journalist, they don't know what to ask. They're blank. And the way they ask is very rude sometimes. It's very um, bad sometimes. It's very obnoxious also. I have come across so many press conferences where stars have humiliated people. They've stood up on the dais and they said, "Ki dude, just go
Right.
away, throw him out of
Exactly.
the press conference." So I think we are responsible for such kind of behavior of the celebrities. Why there is so much of hierarchy? Because there needs to be control. I mean, the celebrities need to be controlled. I feel we have dug our own grave. As a journalist, I would say this because people have no class these days. They ask any random question without any research. There's no sir and pair. They do
Right.
anything. But obviously they lost the respect. So it's vice versa. Now you give respect and
You'll
you'll
get
get respect.
respect.
Right?
True.
And people who are good. I have not seen any celebrity misbehaving. I have not seen any, artists for that matter. Even veterans like Naseer Saab and all that stuff. People feel so arrogant. But I have met him. I have interviewed him. I have also met Om Puri ji when the last he did an Hollywood film. Uh, so they were very warm because I framed my question that way. I came across a warm person to them. So you have to work on a lot of, I think personality, you have to work on a personality when you entering into a room. Why we say, positive vibes, and why someone just stand up and say, oh, I had a great time with you chatting, I had a lovely interview, thank you so much. So because you reciprocate the vibe, I feel, and I think people lack these days. I mean, that's why it has become very controlled, yeah. And then they complain.
Right.
They complain that, oh my God. And you know what? I feel ये जो concept है ना demand and supply का, ये बहुत undertone है अपनी industry में. When I was working with E24 ना, so my editor used to say, हमारी audience ही यही है. तो बनाई तो हमने ही है. हमने ही बनाई ना वो audience. तुम अगर उनको अच्छा दिखाओ, if you show them nice things, they will see that only. You are
very
behind,
well put. Yeah,
you are behind their bedrooms. They want to see what's happening in the bedroom now. Show them. Now you have to work hard towards it.
Yeah.
And it's, business, I feel it has become totally, nobody's doing journalism right now. So entertainment beat has no respect. And my friends say, "Arey, entertainment kya? Journalism thodi na gossip hai. Tum log gossip karte ho."
I was actually coming on to the very same point, entertainment beat, the way people who are covering other beats, politics, general news, sports, all these things, the journalists who are covering that beat and the entertainment beat, then comes the entertainment beat, everyone's seen on a very different light. Especially entertainment journalists are seen like, "Arey, kya kaam hai?" They're just like doing it for the sake of doing it, wala. Like, what hard work's good. I think this is the entire reason. Whatever you just explain, it just sums it up.
Yeah. Because also there are two factors. You lost your respect. Secondly, social media. Now nothing is hidden to you. So how will you crack a gossip? You cannot enter anybody's bedroom. Everything has become paparazzi. Everything just boils down to airport.
Right.
So there are no premieres happening since 2 years. I don't remember any premiere. Last I went for Thappad.
Right.
Once in a blue moon, and
someone plans a premiere once in a blue moon, then
exactly.
It happens. Yeah.
In our days, I mean, I'm sure the senior journalists will, had a privilege to go to like a long red carpet, glittery premiere, stars around, which you used to see as a kid.
The last one that I remember was Dilwale ke time pe they did a premiere, right? Because it was Shah Rukh and Kajal coming together after such a long time. That time they did it. Otherwise, even I don't remember any premieres happening.
Yeah, so industry has also changed in a way, they are, the whole scenario has been changed towards journalism side also, and from the filmmaking side also. Now, films are, the COP is very less. They are making small budget films, and now suddenly OTT has emerged.
Right.
So, the whole ball game has changed, of filmmaking also. So our beat is anyway gone, there's nothing, suppose,
because now everyone's just kind of advertising their own thing. They don't need journalists for that. Like, they don't need a journalist to put out their news. They just put it up on their social media.
Yeah, and producers like, big producers like Dharma, Wire, they just tease a poster on Twitter and they're done.
Right.
We are bound to cover it because it's a big film.
Right.
So that's what I think. Social media's emergence has taken over journalism a lot. That's why the attitude has changed. That's why the whole business, the whole ballgame is changed from the filmmaking side and from our side also, as a beat, if you say so.
Coming to videos, I want to know what kind of goof ups has happened with you. Like, see, when the output comes on screen, it's like, oh, reporter is there, the actor is there, and everything is just flawless. Okay. But what kind of goof ups have you made actually? And you were like, oh shit, now what I'm going to do about it?
So what happened was, I won't name the celebrity. Okay. She's my good friend. I could say a good friend. So she was in some hotel, and she was dating that actor. They did a film also together, very popular film.
And I so love this entire scenario, and everyone just like thinking ki, oh, actress hai, date kiya hai, movie bhi kari hai.
Now, yeah, you can play the.
Yeah, a lot of actresses are there. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did a film together, and they were in a hotel, and so what happened was, my colleague captured them. Okay, I was not assigned I'm telling you, it's a very interesting story.
Yeah.
So she caught them on camera,
Oh
and
shit.
and it's gone. I mean, she's gone. She left for the day, and so I was doing the night shift that day, and she called me. Okay, there's a chip lying down, and just send it to Delhi. I have sent everything else on mail. Just ingest it and send it to Delhi. I said, okay, cool. I said, what's there in it? She mentioned these two names. I said, oh, like where, how? So she told me, yeah, they were in a hotel. That actress called me because she was my friend, and she told me, listen, such thing has happened. And honestly, I was not with him. I said, but dude, I have seen the footage. You guys were there. He's like, yeah, but a friend of mine has come from London. She's staying in the hotels. I've come to see her. And while coming down in the lift, he happened to have dinner with his family, and I just went up to him. I said, who will like believe this cook-up story?
Right.
So then she called me and she was like, do something, do something. I said, what should I do? I can't do anything. He's like,
This is
no,
तो
you
कर्म and धर्म के बीच की लड़ाई.
dude, yeah. I said, dude, I can't do anything. He's like, no. So what happened was I was just being very kind to her. I was in a night shift. I erased that.
Oh
I
my
deleted,
god.
I deleted the footage.
Oh shit.
And the script was already, with the anchor. And somehow the producer forgot to match up the footage. So she did that story. The anchor is saying the story, but the footage of some other story was playing on the show.
Oh damn.
Because there was no footage in that section, in that timeline.
Oh shit.
So the anchor had the script of these two people that they're dating, they're caught and everything, and some other footage played because there was no footage. So
You are a wicked man, Rohit.
yeah, I just stood it because I believed in her story first.
Right.
We are still friends, by the way. So such thing happens, yeah. I mean, journalists, they fail to understand that few things are not true.
Also, a lot.
And
Does this happen with you that you have the actual story, you have the facts correct? It's a big story. It doesn't have to be a scandal, but a like big exclusive. Who's gonna work with who? What's the name of the picture gonna be? Which actor has been signed? But just because you're friends with the actor, or maybe you know the actor very well, and with your byline when your name goes on it, your relations are gonna get screwed up. Do you just drop the story?
no, I have spoiled my relationships because see, I was committed to my job. I'm committed to my job, right? And it was a bang on story with all facts in place. My sources are in place, and I was ready for all the consequences because I know it's a true story. You know, I so I did it as usual. I got a call. I didn't I didn't turn down the story because then I said, okay, cool. Then if you are saying that's a fake story, then you can give me in writing, and they didn't.
Right.
And since then,
Oh,
that celebrity has not spoken to me.
tough
She has
job.
blocked me on Twitter. She has blocked me on Instagram, by the way. And I tried to patch up with her on some other film. The PR was very sweet to me. We are still friends. We hang out for dinners and drinks. But that celebrity has
Oh
abandoned
shit.
me completely. And she's a
So
big name,
that
by the way.
it's kind of the price you pay for your job. And do you get requests from your friends and family that if you go, just get a message for me, or when we are in town, please make us meet them? Especially the message part, because I know it happens with me, so I want to ask you.
So I'll quickly tell you two incidents. A friend of mine, not friend, my brother's, girlfriend. Okay, she's a huge Kartik Aaryan fan, and you won't believe, like in the middle of the night, from the afternoon, he keeps asking me, "Bhaiya, can you?" I messaged Kartik. And that time he was promoting Love Aajkal. So Karthik and I go really long back, because when he did Panchnama and he was about to start Kanchi, that time I shot with him for an episode, and that's how I know his family. I know his sister, So I know him since then. So he knew about this, and he said, "Can you please? Can you?" I said, "Why are you behind me? What is so, emergency?" He's like, "I'm gonna propose her with this video."
Oh my
I
God.
was like, dude, you cannot do this to me, because. And once
Like,
I remember with Arjun Kapoor, he was so sweet. By the way, Karthik did respond to me, to my messages or calls or whatever. Yeah, of course, people should know about it. Anyway, so
otherwise, he's really sweet with these messages and
oh,
everything.
he's a darling. But you know what? I feel now he's a superstar. Now he's a koki bhaiya. He's
Yeah.
become he's
He's doing
become
his
full on.
own shows and everything. I think he deserves it also. The kind of
Yeah,
struggle he has seen, no, over the years.
yeah. I still remember he got a second-hand Honda City just after Kanchi, and I remember he came down to see my house. Just down my house to see me, and then we had a long chat, and so I know him on a personal level. But I think now, obviously, he's
Yeah,
busy also.
I'm gonna use this as a promotional basis for my video that when Kartik Aaryan got the second-hand Honda City.
Yeah, because he told me that I got a car and this is second hand and whatever. But yeah, he's worked hard. He's come a long way.
Right.
So and then once I asked Arjun Kapoor, he was so sweet, and I clearly remember. So we bonded on a film which I did, and it got released on the same as Mubarak on July
Oh,
28th.
damn.
So Arjun Kapoor called me, and he was like, "मैंने सुना तेरी भी movie हो रही है." तो I said, हाँ आ तो रही है, how you know? Like, अरे वायाकॉम की है, मुझे पता है, बारात कंपनी उसमें है ना, तो डेब्यू कर रहा है. मैंने बोला हाँ. कह रहा है यार फिल्म दिलवा दे. I said, dude, you can't be saying it to me. I'm just nobody, just pulling my leg. And then I said, okay, listen up. My little sister wanted a video. Her name is Priya. Can you just record a video? It's her birthday. So he's sweetly, in fact, at Mubaraka's premiere. So he recorded a video. He took a selfie and recorded a video naming her and all. So yeah, I mean, I get a lot of requests. Yeah, but technically, it's not possible to do it on a daily basis. यार मतलब ऐसे तो फिर तुम मतलब उसी में लगे रहोगे.
Right.
So
Right.
I get.
I think this was so wonderful, Rohit. Right from the beginning, from where you started to where you are right now, the way the conversation happened, it was so organic. The way the flow happened, I could literally imagine you being at the sets and then, going into reporting and then doing, parties, going there and having fun. Now being where you are, it was such wonderful to know this thing. It's
Yeah,
very
man, there's a
different
lot
to
of
be on the other side of it, right? How did you feel today when I was
it
asking
is.
you questions?
It is. Ek to know, I'll tell you to begin with, I hate this word PR. PR. I hate this term. You know, so basically so I'm writing, okay? I'm responsible. So I'm basically I'm working in a startup called Expansion Digital. So after I quit DC and Mumbai Mirror, I joined this startup.
You worked
Okay.
yes, we worked together
Yes.
for quite a bit, and
Yes,
then
we
you
work
moved
together,
on.
and guys, that's how I know this beautiful, sassy girl from Jaipur, Tarushi Chaudhary. We had a lot of nice biscuits in the bay together,
I recorded few
and
videos here and there.
yeah, here and there, yeah. So then, so now I'm working with this, and so basically, I'm responsible to create content. Okay, now content creation is very vast term, right? Now, in a PR company, not primarily a PR company. Now everything has become so digital that a digital marketing and a PR company is one. Okay. Now there's a lot of misconceptions around PR. So now if I'm working, so people consider me, Acha, I get so many calls, Acha, ab ye Nawazuddin code denge kya? I said, I am not handling that department first. Okay. I am heading the content team. I ideate content. I promote films. So basically I'm more into branded content. Correct. So a lot of people doesn't know about this concept. I know it's new, but I don't like this term कि हम PRO हैं, you know. So I mean, with due respect, people are doing so great. I've worked all my life with publicists and PRs, but there are a lot of people. I know a lot of journalists who were very noted journalists, and they have joined big companies like Raindrop as a writer. They have joined Spice as a writer. So as a writer, so writing is what my forte is. I have always maintained that fact in the industry that I am not public. Yes, of course, I do help my team, in getting stuff done because I've been in the journalist circuit, so I know all the journalists very well. Just to call away, I can definitely know I know all the editors in the publications, and also I may help out. But obviously, I create content, but it has separate wings. So I would like to tell all the new age people that, please put it this way, because otherwise, there's a lot of misunderstandings are there in terms of profile and what you do. So there is a lot of misconception, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel on the other side, you are more close to a celebrity. I know their next film now, but as a journalist, you won't come to know what they're doing, what is the schedule.
Right.
No matter how close you are with the celebrity, there's a thin line between,
They also know, they have to maintain that kind of a boundary. Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? People are very professional, whenever I sit in a gathering, where there's industry gathering and all, they don't talk in front of me.
Right,
And
of course.
with sheer respect, no matter we're just having drink together or whatever, but still they keep that distance that, there's something should not go out. But now the parameters have changed. We talk, I get so much fodder now. I get so many gossips. Wish I could have been writing. And, but when you are writing, you can't do it. You're just saying it right now because you're getting it right now. Right. तभी आपके parameters different हो जाते हैं because you're a journalist, so you have limited access. Anyway, so on the other side, I feel you're more connected to celebrity. You know your schedule, you know their whereabouts, you know their next move, the kind of films he wants to do because you sit with them and plan the strategy. So yeah, so basically I'm into communications and content now. So my part is to be with celebrity, guide him, make the strategies, and execute my PR team does, which has a separate head and a couple of people under him. So yeah, so I'm enjoying this phase. Yeah, I'm learning a lot of things. In fact, a lot of I'm also taking care of marketing. So that is also a new department which I'm learning. Now I know people in PVR. I know exhibitors now very well, distributors and exhibitors, which as a journalist you don't know.
Right.
I feel. So as a working as in a setup like this, I think now I'm directly meeting PVR. I'm directly meeting the back-end people, the corporate people who takes care, who runs the show, basically. So I'm understanding the film business from another perspective.
Right.
So it is very important, I feel, I think, to get the best of both the worlds,
And today you experienced something new. You experienced being interviewed. How was that?
By the way, I've done a lot of interviews during my film promotions. I debuted as an actor in Barat
Shit. I am late.
No. I mean, sorry, my battery is low. Yeah. No, you are never late. Friends are never late. Yeah. So it's okay. I mean, I wanted to do this. Thank you for, in fact, approaching me. It's a fun segment and I really love to narrate my journey. I am a very talkative person anyway.
But so it was so damn good, yeah. Even I know you as a person. I know you professionally a little bit, but the way that I knew about you today, like I didn't knew that stuff. This was a brand new information for me. The kind of background you have come through, the kind of work that you have done, that is very extensive. Thank you so much for connecting with me. Thank you for doing this. I am like very, very, very thankful. This was very sweet.
Don't be. That's so sweet of you and kind. Thank you, Tarushi, for having me.